Hello again, everybody. Thank you for joining me on another ramble. Both a physical ramble and a verbal ramble, no doubt. Now, to make a change from what I normally tend to do, rather than telling you where I am and where I'm going to go, I wanted to start off photographically and tell you about my latest acquisition and the lens that I'm itching to actually make use of today. And it's this lovely little Panasonic Lumix 45 to 175 power zoom lens. It's really compact, as you can probably see, and bear in mind that if this was full frame equivalent, I would be holding 90 to 350 mil equivalent focal lengths. That's the attraction in micro four thirds for me. It's f4 to 5.6, so it's not particularly fast, but it has good reputation, and it's a length which, if you watch my video when I went to the shot tower in Chester, you'll know that the two of the three lenses I had with me, one was not powerful enough to get the whole of the tower in, and the other one, the 100 to 300, was too powerful. So if I'd had this lens with me, I could quite easily have completed that particular shot that I wanted. I'll leave a note for it, in the usual place upstairs somewhere. But yeah, 45 to 175, what a fantastic range. And I'm itching to use it. Now, I've been lucky to buy it in the first place. You don't see them that often. And I bought it for a particularly competitive price. And talking of lucky, there's an old expression that we have in the UK. When somebody is very lucky, you say they're jammy. And if they're really lucky, you say they've got more jam than Hartleys. And that's where we're going to go now. We're going to go to the site of the old Hartleys jam factory in the north of Liverpool. So I will see you in a while. As I approach the old factory, you can clearly see the old bridge where I think, I'm not quite sure about my geography here and the alignment, but this may well be one of the railway lines that led to the sidings where the raw materials were brought into the factory. I believe at one time Hartleys were responsible for the importing of 3/4 of the world's Seville oranges for marmalade, of course. I forget what our cousins over in the States refer to jam as. It's jelly, isn't it? Not jello, but jelly. Something else I should have mentioned earlier on. All the images are going to be on the 45 to 175 unless stated otherwise. So let's go and have a look at these factory buildings, which right now are about 100 metres to my left. Now, I think I'm right in saying that the largest section of the factory, the building itself, which has been demolished, was behind this one in front of me now. as you can quite clearly see, what's left of the original factory, the main factory unit was demolished many years ago, but these other outbuildings, there's an awful lot of original features still left. The roof in particular, the rafters and beams are all original, and there is still some brickwork, but because they're being repurposed, there are new concrete block walls being put in to make smaller units, I guess maybe individual businesses, perhaps long-term storage use, I don't know. But oh boy, what an atmospheric place. It'd take a while to be found.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, mate. Without a doubt. So I think everything's getting cleaned up. I don't know. This building will be getting left, but it is, as in, like, we have to re-roof it. Well, you can see the attic bit there, see there?
Yes.
That's where I need to go through. See, we're going to have to scaffold. We had the scaffolders here yesterday. We're going to have to scaffold from the cellar because this floor's not safe enough to hold us on the roof.
So you've got to support
so we have
from
to
underneath.
From the first floor, this floor, that floor, net it, because like we've still got another 3 meters higher than that ceiling on a peak.
Okay.
And like this roof's been taking it for a long time. I mean, if you take a few pictures of the big purlins, like you look at them and think, wow, there was no health and safety back in them days, was there?
Christ, no.
Madness.
Yeah, you're right there.
I mean, you can see, I don't know where the towels were.
Oh dear. If I sound out of breath, I'm slightly worried. I've literally just come out of this building. One of the builders very kindly gave me a personal tour, and I've been up in the roof space, hopefully got a couple of stills from the inside there. It's in terrible condition, but they are in the process of renovating. And this building is the old dining hall dating from 1895 when Hartley established his factory here, I think his second name was Pickles, which I find very amusing. He was a staunch Methodist, and he was very keen to make sure that his workers had suitable, very comfortable housing. I'm just going to pan round and show you the front row of houses. They form a square, and in days gone by, in the centre of the square would have been like a play area and tennis courts and a bowling green. So the interior of that building is in a pretty bad state, but there's a lot of original features which I hope I've managed to capture some. I left the camera running, so you will have heard my builder friend giving some sort of running commentary, probably without any visible video evidence, but gosh, it was interesting. Up and down various staircases, not very safe ones either. But wow, you know, it's one of those occasions when you fall lucky. I think anybody who does urbex, you know, urban exploration of derelict old properties like this one behind me, it's all about, they try and gain access in a dodgy way. At least for me, it was semi-legit. The castellated entrance, and sadly this section is completely sealed off. A nice touch is the fact that the streets in Hartleys village are all given names relevant to the ingredients that would have been used in the making of jam. So this one's Cherry Row, as you can see. There we are. Over the way there you can see the old sign for Sugar Street. Goodness only knows how much sugar they would have used on a daily or weekly basis. Well, I have to say that was totally unexpected. The last time I was here, there wasn't anybody doing building work. There was somebody in one of the motor vehicle repair shops that weren't very happy to let me wander around anywhere. So as regards timing, for once, couldn't have picked a better day, really. So yeah. Had I known I was going to get some interior shots in almost total darkness, I would have brought a flash with me. Never mind, these things happen. Got to thank my friendly builder, can't remember, I think it was Keith, might have been Keith, for showing me what he did. So, thoughts on the new lens? The 45 to 175. Terrific. Lovely, smooth zoom and manual focus ring. Doesn't have an aperture control ring on it, sadly, but that's par for the course with a lot of Micro Four Third lenses. It doesn't trombone, so the length stays the same no matter what focal length you're shooting at. And contrary to what I've been saying for quite some time, it's actually the kind of lens that would be very usable on my Olympus Pen F. It's considerably smaller and lighter than the 12-40, and obviously a lot shorter and smaller than the 100-300. So that's a possibility. You may see me using this lens on the Pen F at some stage in the future rather than prime lenses. But for now, as we walk away from Hartleys village, I have been really jammy today. Can't believe it. It's goodbye from Hartleys village here in Liverpool. Enjoy your photography, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.